Think that buying that pricey vacation home is out of your reach? Well, watch this quick video to learn about an alternative option that can help make your vacation home dreams a reality sooner than you think. First, I want to thank our viewer, Smecca Wash, who requested that we do a video on condo shared ownership. And yes, we do have interval ownership options here in the Grand Strand. But what in the world is interval ownership, you're probably asking? And if you're not familiar, interval ownership is basically when you're purchasing a property within a partnership. And that's typically with people that you don't even know. With this type of sale, you would be purchasing a single interval of the property, which means a share of specified weeks throughout the year. And each property share will be sold with specific information on the number of weeks you're purchasing, as well as when those can be used. For example, the share that's for sale could be for 2 weeks a year, or 4 weeks a year, or 13 weeks a year, and so on. At this point, you're probably saying, wow, this sounds exactly like a timeshare, but it's not. When you buy a timeshare, you're only purchasing the right to use a property. But with interval or fractional ownership, you're actually buying real estate and you're deeded fee simple title to the property. So essentially, with the timeshare, you do not have ownership of the property itself, but with interval ownership, you do. So now let's talk about some of the pros. First, interval ownership provides a more affordable way of getting into that vacation property that you have been wanting. Not only does it lower that upfront price tag, but also the ongoing maintenance and upkeep costs, which are shared by all of the owners. Second, with the rising real estate prices, interval ownership gives you the opportunity to get into a nicer property within your budget. Third, the property will be getting regular use, which is great because second homes that sit here with no regular use can actually lead to issues with water, mold, HVAC, etc. So having people using the property regularly can help with the maintenance of the property and in identifying any issues right away before they turn into a big, costly repair bill. Fourth, interval ownership is actual ownership of real estate, which will most likely appreciate in value over time, unlike a timeshare that could lose value and be very, very difficult to sell. So now let's talk about some cons. For one, while sharing the property is good because you're sharing the cost and that's great, it can also be a con. For example, if you want to replace the furniture or redo the kitchen, well, you need the consensus of the entire group. And these decisions can take longer to get everyone to agree and sign off on, and they might not even agree to do it. Want to use the property as a second home only? But what if the others want to use the property to rent it out during their weeks? Well, this could cause friction within the group. So in this type of ownership situation, you really have to be patient and willing to compromise. Second, you're actually purchasing the property, which means you're tied to that location for your vacation. So if you want the chance to explore different places every time, then a timeshare would actually be a better option for you. Third, although not as hard as selling a timeshare, selling your interval could be harder than selling a property outright because many people might not even know about this option, or they might feel uncomfortable without total control of the property. We hope this quick video gave you an overall understanding of the pros and cons of interval ownership, and maybe even showed you an option that you didn't even know existed. We're going to put a link to all of the available interval options here in the Grand Strand. And if you're interested in more information about interval ownership, or you're just interested in buying or selling here, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. And before you go, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to our channel as we release great weekly videos. And we'd be so appreciative if you leave a like on this video. And remember, if there's any topics that you want to hear us discuss, let us know in the comments below.